Yo, what's up, fam? What's good? Man, it has been a while. Whew. Well, anyway, gotta go run some errands real quick. Was knocked out, and I was like, I better go ahead and make this video before I fall back to sleep again and everything. But I've been kind of just ripping and running, doing a lot of stuff, on the home front. But also, I've been just receiving a lot of energy, renewing. Not recycling anymore, getting rid of all of that old stuff, that was holding me down, energy that was holding me down. So, anywho, hope y'all doing good. Happy New Year, energetic New Year. This is astrological New Year, I should say. And this is the time that I've been waiting on for a while. I have seen this as the time that we were going to be able, as a collective and as the divine masculine, we were going to be able to really take a huge leap. With Pluto doing his thing, and society kind of falling apart. Well, it is falling apart. The old constructs are now falling apart, so that the ones that are meant to step into the newness, step into their authority in a new way, it is now clearing the way for them to do that. So all this old has to go away, so that the new can come. But, it's kind of like we've been walking through murky waters. We couldn't really see where we were putting our foot. Every step we were taking, we were kind of looking left, looking right, wondering, is this the very thing we were meant to do? So, now we don't have that issue. We have the gnosis of self. We know where we're going. We know what we want to do. We know how we want to do it. We have all of these revelations now of who we are and where we come from and where we're going. Now, if we so decide to not use that information, that's on us. It'll make our way hard. But right now, we have an open door, with the equinox happening, that has returned us to the proverbial 0 point of the energetic field. But this time it's so different because they're like fields of energy, fields of sound. When we talk about the harmonic universe, there's all these different fields or realities that energy travels through to get to us, that we, when we send out vibrations, how far it goes and things like that. So, we're now at the point where we're now at the point where if we're not pulling ourselves out of the old lifestyle, if we're not pulling ourselves out of the old lifestyle, put this thing in part. If we're not pulling ourselves out of the old lifestyle, the old ways, then we are staying attached to the old timelines, to the old ways that we used to react and act in the world. So now it's time for you to detach away from all of the old and revel in the new. So, this whole battle against humanity, is coming to a head too. I say that, but everything happens in steps. It happens in process. So we're going through that for a while. We will be going through that for a little while longer, I should say. But the active war being waged against humanity is starting to reach its end. And the transfer of power is beginning to happen. It's like these are the baby steps. We're in our infancy of the power of this place, this realm, this terra, you know. We're in the infancy steps of power being transferred over from the ones who did have it, you know, so to say it in a simple way. And now the ones who have been prepared and ready are looking to step forward. And even if you realize it or not, if you were being prepared to step forward into some type of role, now you're going to really start to feel it. It's going to start to roll downhill. You know, these next 5 to 6 years are going to mean so much. You know, the other side has their agenda, you know, and we have ours. So no matter how much you try to stay out of duality, the thing is that you're going to have to be in the world, but you can't be of the world. So you can be in duality, understanding that you have a will, and you will for an outcome, and that outcome you will for is of a positive nature that will bring happiness to many, you know, life to many and harm to none. And then understanding if that's a duality point at which you sit, there's another side at which someone else will sit where they do not want any of those things. So we live in the we live in duality, all right? And we are becoming masters of this duality, the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And now with this opening, this energetic portal opening, you know, there's like, I love to say the gates are open, you know, the gates are open, with everything being equal. It's like, you know, you can't open a door unless it's hung right, you know, unless it's literally not off kilter, it's level, right? And you can't open that door or close it, gets stuck. And somehow, you know, I'm from the country, so we've had doors like that. You gotta put your shoulder into it to open it, you know, boom, get that door open. So it's like when everything comes online and inline, that door becomes unstuck. It just swings open. And that's where we're at right now. Everything is coming to an equilibrium point, to the equinox, where everything is coming into alignment, direct alignment. And this is pushing us directly into, a large majority of us, directly into our roles here at this time, what we're meant to do and how we're meant to play these roles out. So don't be scared to walk in the openness of you. Don't be scared to literally activate your gifts, activate your energy, bring yourself into a point where you are happy. You jump out of bed and you know, in the rising, you jump out of bed and you're ready to go do whatever it is you're ready to go do. That is your gift, you know, to the collective consciousness. Your gift to yourself is to be in alignment and to do the work, the shadow work. But if you truly want to give a gift to humanity who's driven off of the collective consciousness, then live in the beauty of your truth. You know, run with it. Do not wake up and do something every day that it just grinds you, pulls your energy. You know, in one of my other videos, I talked about how everything you do, you have to pay a price for it. You have to pay soul energy. It requires soul energy. You know, you quote unquote wake up in the morning, you know, that's a power and an energy that is being used to activate and bring this body from a slumber and bring you into an active state. Everything you do, you're using your soul energy, you're using your solar energy, your light within to power it. And so you're not just doing things for free. Nothing is for free in this realm. So, if everything was like it's supposed to be, in balance and harmony and love and those higher frequencies, then you wouldn't spend a lot of soul energy. You'll just be in harmony and bliss. I mean, you wouldn't work to eat because you would eat what the earth provided. You wouldn't work for shelter. You would work with your environment to build, shelter and buildings and things like that. You would live in harmony with your surrounding environment. So if you're living in harmony with it, you're not sweating for it. You're not working for it. You are living off of the earth. You are living off of her plentiful and bountiful energy. So in that way, we're seen as her children because she feeds us. And but if you're not living in the wholeness and totality of who you are, you're not helping the collective consciousness. There's another grand awakening budding right now. It's budding. It's about to bloom. As we go into spring, we go into this equinox, this new year. Coming out of the winter, coming out of all of the old things dying and falling away, and now we're being reborn again. If y'all watch a lot of readings, the death card's probably coming up a lot of Scorpio energy, of course, because this is new year. This is the time that we shed our old skin and or the old man and become the new man, the new creature. So we go through our metamorphosis, from the caterpillar to the butterfly. And now that it's time to fly, the universe, spirit is asking you, it is directing you, it is actually telling you to choose your destination, choose your path. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What do you want to achieve? And inside of you is this wellspring of gifts and knowledge and, from past lives. You've been putting yourself back together again. You've been remembering yourself for this time, to be able to say, I want to go accomplish this. I want to go accomplish that. I want to see change in the world. So therefore, that's blank. I want to see change in the way that human beings interact. So you go and you start a company, or you volunteer your time to help people to interact. You know what I'm saying? Like, being the change you want to see. You actually are being it. You're doing it. And as you are doing it, your light will shine. And, as the Bible says, your light will shine before men so much that they glorify. It says your Father in heaven. But what it is that you'll glorify, as the Father. Let's put it this way. What the Father symbolizes. What does the Father symbolize? Like discipline, strength, right? Protection, things like that. The structures of this universe that are built on the masculine principle, you actually give to that consciously. You're actually sowing into that consciously by embodying it here, anchoring it in here. You're anchoring in that divine Father energy, and therefore you are exhibiting the characteristics of that energy. And you're doing that to be able to walk in wholeness and completeness here. You're also doing the same thing with the feminine energy, with the universal mother energy. You're anchoring that in also. You're pulling in and bringing it into your wheelhouse, so to speak. you're bringing this energy into you and you're allowing it to unite within you. And when this energy unites within you, you become whole and balanced. You become that divinity that you see. You're being that change you want to see. But anyway, but our time right now, you know, we've kind of went back in time a little bit. You know, I don't know if you guys feel that energy, but a lot of the old songs, the old sounds, the old clothes, old ideas, they're being resurrected. They're being pulled out right now. That's for all of us that have went through decades to pull your energy back. This is soul retrieval energy. Before we kind of hit the energetic expressway, where we're gonna, you know, just basically take another angle of ascension. You know, because it's levels to this thing, there's steps to it. We're constantly ascending. Sometimes we ascend and we descend, and then, you know, we're riding a wave of ascension. We go up and down. But if we know our destination, we're always headed to the upward point, to the highest vibration, highest vibratory point. So, you know, as we hit this new level of ascension, we're able to pull in all of the old versions of ourselves and use them for our benefit now. You know, past lives that were running in the background of your programming, you're now able to retrieve your energy from that and use it for your greater good. So now is the time to actually kind of detox, to allow all of the things that no longer serve you, that are not for your highest good, not for your highest vibration. If it's not for your highest vibration, it's time to let that thing go, to let it go, whatever it is. If it's a thought, if it's a concern, you know, whatever it may be, it's time to let it fly away, to let it go, to let it die. You know, and once you do that, you're going to replace it with the things you do desire, the things you do love, the things you do want to see come to fruition. Because like I say, now is that time. You know, and this is just the beginning of it. I mean, we got at least another 7-8 years of, I see, you know, some bumps in the road, rocky road. Just, you're going to hear a lot, you're going to see a lot, there's going to be a lot of destruction, a lot of things being destroyed. You know, I even saw, you know, just came into a full awareness that there's going to be a lot of people checking up out of here. I mean, a lot of souls just, they out. And, you know, whether it's a man-made thing or whether it's divine, you know, contracts are up. Because this version of the matrix is over. The fear-based matrix is done. You're no longer living in a place that fear runs it. It was this movie called excuse me, Monsters Inc. And the monsters were trying to scare the children because they needed fear, and they bottled the fear. The fear was energy, and they bottled the fear, and they used the fear to run their cities, to run, you know, for their electricity, their juice. Everything that they basically lived off of was fear. So one of the monsters, to kind of just cap the story off, one of the monsters ends up making one of the little girls, or allowing one of the little girls to come in that he was supposed to be scaring, and she starts to laugh. And when she laughs, the energetic expression of the joy and the laughter was like 10 times, like just an excessive amount more than the fear. It's like 100 times more powerful than the fear, right? So the the owner of the company, the corporation, who was representative of the corporation, which is representative of the countries, because the countries are corporations, start trying to cover it up and hide it. And everybody that tried to fight against it, they end up getting arrested and going into decontamination and all of this. But my point is that it showed the reality that we once lived in a fear-based matrix where these entities needed your fear. They needed you to be afraid of everything, especially yourself, especially your own power. They needed you to be afraid of your own power so that they could reap your energy, your soul energy, to use it to power their matrix, their energy, or give them energy for their energetic needs. But now that's all went away. That's done. It's like they still trying to tell you Santa Claus coming down the chimney, the Easter Bunny bringing eggs. They telling you all of this. Telling you about bank collapses, and you're going to lose everything. It's so weird. When you don't have anything, why are you scared to lose everything? You don't have everything you want. You don't have everything. Most people, I dare to say, don't even have everything they need. So they can't even begin to talk about their wants until they get everything they need. So they create your needs. They create your needs to pull your desire, to pull your want. That want energy. I want this. I want that. That's an energy of desire. So they create a need and then they fulfill it. So most people are cool with that. Like, there's a need to eat, right? A created need to eat. There's why a lot of people are overweight, because they create the need to eat. And then they provide you with quick, easy food called fast food. And all you gotta do is just run in and grab it real quick, and now you've eaten. But was it healthy? Was it gonna bring longevity? Was it gonna bring brain clarity? Or was it gonna create those situations? Mental fog, cut your life short, obesity, all these different things that come from that. And it's like, but there's a need created and they filled the need. And so with your desire, you go and you pay for it. You pay for it with your money, which you use your soul energy to collect, because you're using your time. You're using your time. It's your time. They're paying you for your time. They're not paying you to do a job. They're paying you for your time. They're asking you, will you willingly come over here and spend your time making this item for us? We'll give you this much money if you will spend this time. Mind you, the whole time, money is just a promissory note. Money is just a promise that they're going to give you something. It ain't even real. It's just a promise. But we'll give you this promissory note if you will come and spend your time, making, putting these nuts and bolts together. And, most people might say, well, what's the other alternative? Most people don't realize this. There's free land all over this place, all over the earth. There's free land. There's so much land. It's amazing. With humanity being locked in these ice walls for so long, it's like they've forgotten of the land on the other side of the ice wall, which won't be there too much longer. But it's amazing how humankind has forgot, mankind has forgot that they're extra parts of Terra. They're extra parts of this terrestrial plane of existence. Extra meaning in addition to what you live on. So there wouldn't be extra lands foreign to you without extra beings on that land to inhabit them. Would make sense. But the extra terrestrial people or beings that live on Terra in this terrestrial plane, there are some of them that have inhabited this realm of existence. And they try to make themselves special as being from space or somewhere else. And but they're from here. They're extraterrestrial, the extra parts of Terra. You know, even children. Like my child asked me, he said, Daddy, if they're aliens from other planets, he said, why do they look like us? Why do they have hands and feet like us? And I said, yeah, they're humanoid. They have a humanoid body. They have human characteristics. I said, because you have different types of man. You have mankind, and you have, you know, different kinds of men, I explained to him. And that we were just a different form of mankind. And he got it. He was just like, well, yeah, that makes sense, because to live here, there are certain rules you got to apply, that apply, right? Like water always levels out to its container. You know, certain rules that just have to apply. Aerodynamic rules, they apply. So it's like, now that these extraterrestrial beings who have a tremendous amount of technology, but the technology is used for manipulation. It's used for direct mental manipulation in the war against humanity, you know. But the reason I say all that is because all of this disclosure, everything that's coming out, do not get fooled. Do not get fooled. Do not get fooled. Just like with the whole, you know, genome therapy experiment. The whole genome therapy experiment. You know, it's like, you know what a GTE is, then you know what I'm talking about. But he just GTE'd everybody. But that whole experiment was to alter genetics. You know, alter your genetics, not yours if you didn't participate in it, because you had to willingly participate in it. And if you willingly participated in it, then you alter your genetics. And if you alter your genetics, then it will not hold certain light codes that are coming in. And if your body can't hold those light codes, if your temple can't hold the light codes, if it can't reflect and refract the light that's coming through it and able to hold and rebuild its structure, then your body won't last through the changes that this plane of existence is going through. You know, and I'm not one of those where it's like, oh, everybody gonna be, you know, damned if they did it and blah blah blah, you know, if they participated. But I do know it's definitely gonna be a different incarnation process next time around. I know that 100% will be a different incarnation process because I don't really want to get into that, but the DNA chain by which you are locked into your body with, that chain will become a lot more solid. It will be a lot more solid than just the contract on that temple or that body being up, that body going ashes to ashes, dust to dust. It won't do that. It'll keep remaking itself. And if it keeps remaking itself, even though it doesn't have any more genetic material to remake itself, it'll still keep trying. You know, so there's a lot of things in store for humanity. But, you know, the most beautiful thing that I see is there's the Great Awakening that is literally like in its infancy now. Like the ones who woke up before, like, man, we were talking to each other. We were preaching to the choir. You're about to get a lot more people to talk to. So if you was in this before, you one of the OGs of it, you know, of awakening, of light working, and even shadow working, like, man, stick with it, because it's gonna get real. People are really gonna start waking up. A lot of us were waiting on our people to wake up. Didn't even understand you were a forerunner. You were here to take the hits, you know, to take the rocks across the head and all of that stuff, you know. As you're trying to give everybody the truth and wake people up, they just looking at you like you're crazy or something. But a lot of us were here to do that. And, you know, some of y'all people is waking up. Like you were preaching to nobody but a couple of people on YouTube or something, you know. And then now your section of the tribe is going to wake up, for lack of a better word, you know, or better phrase. Your section of the tribe is going to wake up now. They're going to wake up and realize that something is wrong. Maybe some of the ones you've been talking to before, now all of a sudden they understand exactly what you meant, exactly what you was talking about. And, you know, they want different in their life and want to achieve more, you know. But it's the rise of the people. You know, this is the rise of the people. I don't even know if I finished this thought, but like I had started off with, this was the time that I was waiting on, that I saw that it would be the birth of the divine masculine collective, like the actual true divine masculines. Like they will, number one, you know, when there's a need, because we live in an abundant place, there's always a seed. And if you plant that seed out of need, it comes up, but it comes up with a different energy. And so now the birth of these new masculines are coming out with a different energy. They're not looking for you to not just only make love to their body. It's like the new divine masculine wants you to make love to his mind, to his psyche, to his spirit, to his soul. He wants to be touched inwardly. And it's going to be real tender for a lot of my divine masculines. Like, seriously, you might get emotional. You might have been emotional, or you're going to find yourself getting really, really emotional, because this divine feminine energy that's coming through these solar blasts, the CMEs from the sun, from the soul, that are blasting out right now, they are so full of divine feminine energy. And it's bringing a union where there's a lot of more divine feminines waking up, doing a higher awakening than what they already had. And the divine masculines are doing the same thing. They're having a massive awakening, but that awakening is in the emotional realm. But yeah, I know a lot of times, or not a lot of times, but a few times last year, I was talking about this on a few interviews, where I talked about how the Divine Masculine Collective, like everybody's like, the MIA, where you guys at? Where you guys at? Like, you know, there needs to be more men talking about this. See, the thing about it is when men get a hold of something, when the Divine Masculine Collective wakes up, it's go time. It's gonna be, we ain't here to just talk about it. We gonna be about it. And so this move that is coming, this move of energy that is coming amongst the masculines that have done the work, they've cleared themselves out. A lot of us are detoxing right now, probably fasting or changing your diet. You're really redefining yourself as a man. You know, inside you was waiting on that divine feminine. Like, you've known this your whole life, that you were waiting on that one divine feminine. And even though you may have went through several different situations or entanglements or situationships, you know, it's like now you know what it was all for. You know what it was all for. And the same thing is happening on the feminine side for my masculines. If you haven't kind of got any updates on that, but the same thing is kind of happening on the feminine side. But as ours is kind of hitting us inside, you know, internal, theirs is more outside. So if you guys are connected with your femme, realize that she might have a little bit more concern for the outward world of what's going on. And that's not saying she don't have faith or she don't believe or she in a lower vibration, none of that. It's just what's being cleared out. It's what's coming in and being cleared out. Any lack, any mistrust, things like that. So there's going to be a lot of breaking up and coming back together for a lot of twins, where they'll break up out of current relationships. And I hate to say that because I know a lot, you know, but a lot of them are not working anyway. They're not working anyway. And a lot of you guys are trying to find a reason to stay, and you're going to start finding reasons to leave. You're going to start finding out that it's no longer good for you to stay there. And then if you are still trying to stay there, you're going to get caught up in the sauce. You're going to get caught up. And, you know, I think a lot of people do not believe they're replaceable in this war, in this fight. See, the thing is that what's for you is for you. Absolutely. You know, if you're meant to be a millionaire, nobody can take that away. You'll be a millionaire. If you, whether you keep it in a week or not, or lose it in a week or not, that's more determined upon your decisions, right? But you received it. You just didn't know what to do with it. Same thing. You'll receive your divine masculine, your divine feminine, and you just don't know what to do with them. You tried your best to fulfill them or whatever the case is, and things just don't work out. You are said person is replaceable in this thing. Yes, you have frequency codes that align, but you got to understand that the universe always has a backup plan to a backup plan, that things are going to get handled. They're going to get done. And if you're not with your quote unquote divine masculine or divine feminine because they are out of pocket, they out of source, they out of source code, they don't know, I'm telling you, at this point, between now and I forgot when that eclipse is. It's in 24 in next year, but it's the rest of the Great American Eclipse, it was called, in I think 2017 or whatever. But anyway, my point is this, is that there's going to be a collective coming together of divine unions. Like, this is going to happen on a collective level, where it's not going to be uncommon to say, oh my God, I met my twin. Oh my God, I thought that was my twin, but it wasn't. Or I haven't talked to my twin in 5 years, and then I decided to move on, and all of a sudden they connected with me, they communicated with me. These stories are going to be very common, and what's good for you is good for you. You know, follow your heart, follow your bliss. You know what's up, but also know that when you get into this union, like whatever work you haven't done, it's gonna blaze you, man. It's gonna set you on fire. This is like, it's gonna be burnt out. The impurities will be burnt out, and you're gonna come through shining like pure gold. It's just gonna be a heating process. So that means that, tower energy, like, I mean, where like stuff just gets blown up, destroyed, boom, you like, what the hell just happened? That type of energy. And you're feeling like there's no place to go, there's nothing to do but accept it, right where the universe wants you. And it's not a karma for not doing the work, it's more of a result of not doing the work or not finishing up the work or whatever. Just like if you're in school and you got assignments and you didn't finish your assignment, well, there's consequences and repercussions to that. You either going to get a bad grade, and now you're got to do extra work to get your grade up, but something's going to happen. You're not just going to get to skate and be like, okay, I didn't do my assignment, I'm good. Okay, I may have missed that one assignment, but somewhere along the way, I'm missing something. So I have to go back and get it. I got to be re-educated. So, you have a choice to not be re-educated, to not have to repeat, the very life course lessons that, Saturn just put you through. No need. Let it get all cleared up, cleaned out, detox, let it all go, and look forward to your new. Like I said, it's getting, I'm already up at 40. Okay. Just remember, I'm going to start closing this real quick. Just remember, guys, as this energy starts to take hold, like, things are going to be turned upside down. Like, don't get scared. Don't be in fear. None of that. None of that. Be cautious. Yeah. Be optimistic. Yeah. If you feel led to save up food or store some stuff up, man, do it. Don't let nobody tell you what you should and should not do. That's part of being a sovereign individual, a sovereign being, is that you're able to walk in your wholeness, in your truth, in your true identity, not being afraid of ridicule or anything like that. You got to stand on that and know that. But like I said, when this energy wave fully comes in and it starts integrating itself into the grid systems here on Earth, the financial systems here on Earth, which has already started, all of these systems is going to incorporate itself into the family system. All of these systems, the school system, every system, this energy is going to go into and start affecting, including your body. Your body is made up of systems, the nervous system, the cardiovascular system. You have all these different systems. And so this energy is coming through, changing all of that. And it is writing and bringing a new wave, a new frequency of freedom, of independence, of power, inner gnosis, that is raising the whole of humanity to a whole nother level. So a lot of people have no choice but to wake up. Like, they're going to get shaken out of bed. Like somebody just grabbed your shirt and just shook you up. So a lot of people are going to be like, what? And some people are going to be ready for war. Some people are going to be ready to go and take it. And for that, I got to say that before I get out of here. Now, the thing on, the power of the people, there's going to be uprisings. People are going, I'm telling you, as they wake up, they're going to start, there's going to start to be major uprisings in cities where people are going to want to claim their power back, because they're going to wake up to the fact that their sovereignty has been stripped from them, stolen from them, even better than that. And they have had a war, set against them, and they didn't even know it. Using all these silent weapons that you don't see, you don't hear, but it's damn sure doing its job. They ain't sure doing its job. So You know, a lot of people are gonna be mad. They're gonna want to rise up. Here's what I gotta say about that. We are now being prepared for a major exodus out of this matrix, out of this matrix system. Let me put it that way. And like, if you identify with this, then you know what I mean. It's like we're being prepared for this, to exit this matrix and be able to take care of ourselves, to no longer need the pretend daddy to come in and take care of everything. Now it's time for the leaders to lead. And when the leaders stand up and they all say with one voice, this is what we will allow, this is what we won't allow, everything will change. But the exit out of the matrix will happen in masses. It'll happen in masses. It'll be groups of people here and there, you know, trickle, you know, and you may get, you know, on a worldwide scale, you maybe get 5 to 10,000 people on a worldwide scale. You may get 80 to 150,000 people. Masses, right? But they're tiny in comparison to the whole entire population. That's a tiny number. But I'm reminded of the verse of scripture where it says, if you have the faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move a mountain. Mustard seed is like one of the smallest little seeds, but when sprouted, grows big, right? It's like all of this time, we have been being engineered by the universe to walk this walk. They're busy geoengineering the earth, messing with the weather, messing with all, you know, all these different ecosystems and things like that. They're busy geoengineering. They're busy bioengineering humanity with GMO foods and, you know, the like. But there was a remnant set aside being engineered by universal hands itself. Like God and the goddess took a certain amount of souls and the cream of the crop, pulled them to the top, said, all right, go out and accomplish this, get your stuff back. You know, there's a couple more times and you out of here. And these souls came back to do it. And these souls are doing it. These old souls, there's new souls that are here for the first time trying to figure it out. I mean, it's a lot going on right now. It is a lot. Metaphysically, to be in those spiritual waters, there's a lot going on right now. You got to know where you're going and what's energy is yours and ain't yours and stuff like that. But there's a lot that's happening outside of this physical paradigm. But when we shift, when this shift happens, and it's creaking along, but I'm telling you, about another year and a half, 2 years, man, it's gonna be a major explosion forward. And that little trickling, everybody will see like, oh my God, yeah, that started in 23. That started like 22, 23 or something like that. Like, mark these dates and start counting your days and your months. Start counting them, because you're going to realize that things are happening faster and faster. Cycles are repeating themselves faster and faster and faster. Same songs, same visuals. You know, it's something I love to say, like, about Your life, if you look at your life like it's a movie, like it's a TV show. If you look at your life like it's a movie or a TV show, you're the main character in it. You are the main character in your movie, in your TV show. Who's the bad guy? Who's the good guy? Who's the person? How is that character's life playing out? Like, if you were to sit back and look at your life on a TV show, and you're looking at this whole script play out, right? What would you think of the movie? What would you think of the main character? What would you think of you? What would you change? If you were the one writing the story or writing a TV show or the movie, what would you change? Whatever that is, go change it. Go rewrite the script. You are the co-creator. You're a creator too. You're a co-creator. Rewrite the script. You literally are playing a part. This is why we always talk about a person's character. What is their character? What is their character? Character matters. What is your character? If you got bad character, yeah, you're the bad guy in the movie. I want to be around you. You got good character, great character. Most times, family, friends, parents, they all like, oh man, that's a great young man and young woman. Got great character. They, respectful, all kind of stuff. You play a good part in the movie. Cool. But that's why we talk about character. And then we talk about characters that play parts in movies and Broadway. It's the same thing. You are the character. You're the main character. You're the main actor. This is why when people get in trouble or they argue, what do they say? Why are you acting like that? Why are you acting that way? I didn't know you had that in you. They're acting out a scene. They're acting out their script. This is where we get it from, where we even, last one, but, when we talking about empty seaters, we're talking about nobody at home, you know what I'm saying? They're just playing the game, but nobody's there. They're running off the script. If they're supposed to be mad right now, they get mad. If they're supposed to be happy, they get happy. They don't really question the storyline. They're just extras in the movie. They're playing in the background. But if you are a main character, and that means you have a soul, and you're a main character, and then that means you are meant to carry a whole show by yourself. You're the main actor. You're able to carry a whole movie by yourself. You're the main character. You're the main actor. So why are you acting like you the backup? Why are you acting like you the comic relief in the movie? You ain't the main person. Take sovereignty over your life. Be the main character. Stop being a damn background actor in your life and wondering why things aren't going the way you want them to go. Stop it. Become that actor, or I say actor, but actor or actress. Become that character you want to be. Live it out. Live your dreams. Make your dreams a reality. Stop letting them be dreams. If you're dreaming, you sleep. But if you can wake up and realize that dreams are reality, it's just a different reality. And if I have a dream in my waking life, that means that is another version of myself that I can become. So now stop dreaming it and start becoming it or being it. That's what a human being is. You're being your vision. This is why they want to affect your vision and make you blind. Anyway, all right, y'all. We have almost been on here an hour, but just wanted to hop on real quick, make a quick energy update. I had to go run and take care of some stuff, and I I've been trying to make this video for several days, but everything has a reason, and everything happens in its right timing, in the right way. But live in bliss. Become harmony. Become harmony. Become like music. You know, go with the flow. And, you know, when you become like harmony, like attracts like, you could be with that. You could live in a harmonious environment. Harmony, right? And don't let fear, the false evidence appearing real, don't let that fear turn you into something you're not. And that's what fear will do, because it puts you in the false evidence. You're looking at false evidence, and it appears so real that it shocks you into playing a character or being a version of yourself that you don't have to be no more. It's just comfortable to be it. All right, y'all, live in harmony and bliss. Love you guys. Happy New Year, Equinox.